My simlab P1X Ultimate build just took a massive step forward. In part 2 of this series, I'm unboxing, installing and test driving Qubic System's 3DOF motion system, the QS-210.
Oh, wow.
Things are about to get a little wild.
Whoa! This is normal.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today is very special because for the first time ever, I'm going to be installing a motion system on my new rig, and I'm so excited about it. This is the Qubic System QS-210. It's a 4 actuators, 3 DOF, and by the way, I made a full video on motion systems and everything that's available, so if you haven't seen it, I'll put it in the description below. So in this video, I'm going to be unboxing this motion platform, show you exactly what it's made of, how it works and exactly how to install it before I add the gear and everything else on the rig so that I can finally test it out. This is going to be my biggest and boldest setup ever, so if you don't want to miss any of the content that I make on this new rig, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So as you can see, this platform comes in a few big boxes. The two at the bottom are the actuators. Each one contains 2 actuators, and each pair of actuators needs a power cabinet. So I also have 2 of those, and lastly we have the power cord for each one. The boxes are actually really well branded. They look really nice. It also tells you where the bottom of the box is, so on each one of them you know how to open it properly to make sure that you don't damage anything. Super excited about this. I really can't wait to get it installed, so I'm gonna get started now, but I can't get started until I give a huge thanks to Qubic System for sending me this product for review purposes. So without further ado, let's open these boxes. The unboxing experience was fantastic, as you would expect from such a premium priced product. There was just one hiccup. The boxes are glued shut, so it wasn't exactly easy to open them. Luckily, I had my simlab mousepad nearby to pry them open. Sorry simlab. Taking out one of the actuators from its box was pretty confidence-inspiring. Considering how much movement and stress these systems are meant to take, I never second-guessed the level of build quality here. Qubic says the system will never need maintenance, and you get a 2-year warranty for personal use or 1 year for commercial use. The QS-210's 3 degrees of freedom gives you pitch, roll, and heave. You'll pay anywhere from around $7,500 to $9,000 for the 4 actuator set, depending on where you buy it from. In my recent Motion in Sim Racing video, I stated that with a budget of $10,000, my ideal setup would be a 3 DOF system with at least 100mm of travel, over 250mm per second of velocity, under 20 milliseconds of latency, and over 500 pounds of payload. The QS-210 meets most of those criteria, coming short in the travel category but being far and away the market leader in velocity. It just barely meets the payload criteria too. Qubic is quite proud of their 8 millisecond latency, so that, combined with the extremely fast velocity, should offer instantaneous reactions to my inputs, increasing the level of immersion. The 210's bigger brother, the 220, is available for more money but will cover all of the bases, and then some, of my ideal setup. It offers you considerably more travel and somehow doubles the velocity to 800mm per second. Alright guys, so everything is unboxed. As you can see, I have the 4 actuators right here and the 2 power cabinets, so I'm pretty much ready. I also have the manual on my phone right here, so I already looked through it and it looks pretty straightforward. So as you can see, for each of the actuators there is something to put under each of the feet. And then there are 2 brackets that will go on each side of the actuators and directly mount onto your rig, and everything comes with the hardware as well. So the only thing that I'm gonna have to do is probably move this thing, because as you can see it's gonna be in the way of putting the actuator on this side, so I'll have to move that and then I'll be able to get started. Installing the QS-210 was a lot easier than I thought and only took about 30 minutes. Thanks to the provided brackets, it attaches seamlessly to any aluminum profile rig, in this case on my simlab P1X Ultimate. Since I don't have any gear installed on the cockpit yet, I'm just flipping it on its side to do the first 2 actuators and repeating that process for the other side. It's very important to protect the cables that come out of the actuators. So if you do it like this, be sure to lean the cockpit on top of something so that no pressure is being put on the cables. You'll also want to make the appropriate measurements to ensure the actuators are placed exactly in line with each other on both 90-degree axes and that they're all at the same height. Some cockpits, such as my old Track Racer TR160S, have a bend in the middle of the foundation, which means you'll need to make some modifications to the profile to make the actuators line up properly. If you happen to have a rig with a flat face profile, Qubic includes these adapters just for that. Alright, so as you can see, the actuators are now installed on the rig. They are mounted with those brackets. The whole process was really straightforward. All you have to do is put 8 screws between the brackets and the actuators, and then 4 screws between the brackets and the rig. So now all I have to do is install the power. So I have 2 of them. They're gonna have to be attached to the frame in the middle of the rig. So I'll probably have one under the pedal plate for the 2 in the front, and then one under the seat for the 2 in the back. Since the power cabinets have mounting holes on the bottom and on the side, I'm mounting it upside down to my pedal deck. It should be fine since the fans are on the top side and airflow won't be affected. The cabinet in the rear could fit under the seat, but it would require me to add 2 pieces of aluminum profile across to mount it onto. I've seen people just leave the power cabinets on the floor, so I'll do that for now. The final step is connecting all the cables to their appropriate sockets and setting the configuration of the actuators. The connection schematic they provide looks daunting at first glance, but once you have everything laid out, it's pretty straightforward. Each actuator's 2 cables connect to the power cabinets, and you get this satisfying click once they're properly connected. Alright guys, it is day 2, and now that I've installed the full motion platform, all I have to do is add the gear on this setup. So that's what I'm going to be doing now: the wheelbase, the pedals, the monitor, and the PC, of course. And yes, I'll be doing a first test drive by the end of the video, so make sure to watch until the end. So the first thing I'm going to do is install my wheelbase, and because I have a SimCube 2 Pro, I went with the front mount from SimLab, but they also offer the wheel deck and the Fanatec DD mount if you have a different wheelbase, but in this case I needed the front mount. Right guys, so my SimCube 2 Pro wheelbase is now mounted on the rig. It was such an easy process. I think from start to finish it was probably 15 minutes, from building the mount to installing it on the rig and installing the wheelbase. So I'm actually so impressed with how much things have evolved since I started sim racing, because I remember this process being one that I hated in terms of building rigs, but this was just a breeze. It was so easy, so straightforward, so really happy. And next step is the pedals. I just finished installing the base plate for the pedals with the slider. It was honestly kind of a pain, if I'm completely honest. I feel like that's always the worst part on any kind of rig. It's just hard to align everything and just make it fit properly. But I'm glad it's done. It's working perfectly, so all good, but it took a little bit longer than I was expecting. So now we're gonna move on to installing the pedals. So I have the full set from SimLab. The SimLab XP1 pedals are available as a full 3-pedal set for $549, or if you don't need the clutch, it's $399 for the throttle and the brake. The brake features a 200 kg load cell offering up to 100 kg of brake pressure. Each set comes with a range of elastomers and springs, so you can tailor the feel to your preference. You have the option to get them in blue or black accents. Alright guys, I just got done installing everything on the rig. The pedals, the monitor, everything is now ready to go. The only thing that's missing is the PC, of course. So I'm going to be connecting everything so that I can finally give it its first ever test drive. But of course, in order to do so, there's a missing piece right here, which is the steering wheel. And I am so excited because I have this beauty of a steering wheel from SimLab, the official Mercedes F1 wheel, and it looks just incredible. I'll be doing a full review video on this steering wheel specifically, but I can't wait to try it out for the first time. Now that I have everything plugged and connected, I need to configure the motion platform, and the first thing that I need to do is to measure exactly the dimensions, the length and the width between each of the actuators. Once you have those measurements, you simply input them into Qubic software. So next I need to choose the layout, which is where exactly each of the actuator is placed. So the way that I've connected them, I have 1 and 2 on the front and 3 and 4 on the back. The final selection you need to make is based on the weight of your rig. If it weighs under 200 kilograms, you can use performance mode, which gives you the advertised 400 millimeters per second of speed. Those with heavier payload requirements can choose heavy duty mode, which will bring the speed down to 300 millimeters per second. Once that's done, you'll look for the sim that you'll be using, and that's where you'll find all the settings that have to do with the in-game experience. I'll do a deeper dive on this in the next video. Alright, I am finally about to test out the motion platform for the first time. It took quite a while to update everything, get everything set up on the computer, but I'm finally ready. I still have to do a lot of cable management, of course, but I've been so excited to try this out that I am just gonna jump in right now and see how it feels. I'm in iRacing, of course, and I'm gonna do the first ever test. Alright, car started. Let's... Oh my, it's alive. Oh my gosh. Dang, that's crazy. Alright, let's see. Oh my. Oh my gosh, this is insane. I can't believe I have this at home right now. Wow. This is insane. Oh my gosh, I haven't really changed any settings at all for now, and it just feels incredible. I'm wondering how loud it is. Of course I have the sound. It's actually quite quiet. It's not too bad. Oh, wow. Whoa! Everything's up. Okay, it's not crash proof, apparently, at least not the keyboard tray. I'm gonna have to make it a little tighter. Everything else survived so far. I have to say, it's a pretty new setup, of course. The wheelbase is the same, but new pedals, new steering wheel, new rig, of course, but actually everything feels so good right now. Like, usually it takes a while to get used to completely new setup, but I guess the adjustments and everything are really good already because it feels very natural, very smooth. Oh my goodness, it's incredible. This is so much fun. I feel like I've been missing out for a while not having this before. This is crazy. So one thing that I'm gonna have to figure out is my monitor placement, because as you can see, I decided to go with the freestanding monitor mount. I felt like it would be much better for the motion. However, what I didn't really think about is because the rig moves so much, it could actually heat the monitor. So I had to put it quite far right now because the uprights here, as you can see, are higher than the monitor. And I had it right behind by the wheelbase actually, as I had it before, and with the movement of the rig it would have touched the monitor, so I had to put it pretty far and it's not optimal, so I'm gonna have to... saved it. So I'm gonna have to figure it out and see if I can actually bring it closer. I may have to just put it slightly higher to make sure that it clears the rig no matter the movement of the rig. So that's something that I need to figure out and improve. But for this first test, I just decided to be safe and put it a little bit far. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about this new setup. Talking about the SimLab gear, of course. First, the rig. You've seen, I've said it before, I really like the new rig. It looks incredible, but it also is super rigid, and it's definitely being put to the test right now with the motion platform. So far so good, really no complaints. It's really doing the job very well. Everything is very sturdy. I've been trying the pedal plate to see if it moves at all, if it flexes at all, and it's all good. Now, of course, I also have the XP1 pedals right now. It's quite different from my SimiQ, but I have to say they feel really good. As I just mentioned, for a new set of pedal, it just felt very easy to get used to. They feel really good. It's not too hard to press the pedal or anything. They feel really nice and quality. I'll have to change a little bit the settings for sure, but so far as a first test drive, I'm actually really happy with it. It was fairly easy to install. All the software was pretty straightforward as well. So really happy, but I think really the highlight of this is this steering wheel. It is just absolutely incredible. Just looking at it, I can't believe I'm actually using the steering wheel right now. It's just amazing. It feels really good in your hands. It's the perfect size, I think. The handles are really nice, really comfortable. The hand placement is also really good. I was a little bit worried about the shifters, the paddle shifters, because they're very tiny actually. They're placed higher than I'm used to, but again, it actually feels pretty natural. It's very easy to get used to. Really, it just feels like a very proper setup right now. It feels like pretty much the ultimate setup. Once I have the other haptics actually installed, I think with the motion and all this gear from SimLab, it's just gonna be incredible. There is really nothing that I can complain about right now. It's amazing. I'll definitely do proper review videos on the SimLab gear so you guys can see exactly what they're all about. And I need a little bit more time to try them out more properly, see on the long term how they handle everything, test out all of the settings. So I'll definitely make those videos in the future. So if you don't want to miss them, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So this is it. The build is pretty much complete now. The only thing that I've changed is my monitor. I put it closer, as you can see. I tested it out to make sure that when the motion platform is up and moving, that it wouldn't touch the monitor. So it's perfect right now, and it's so much better when it's that close. So I'm so happy with it. It is just an amazing experience now. I think it's pretty much the ultimate build right now. The only thing that are missing are the belt tensioner, which I'm going to bring in very soon, and the Sensit seat haptics, which I'm also going to bring in. The only other thing that I really want to add is a shifter and a handbrake, because I want to start a series on learning how to drift very soon. So that should be fun, especially with the motion platform. This video was just a part 2 of the build series, and I really wanted to give you my first impressions. But in the next video, I'm going to do the full review of that incredible setup with all the haptics, the motion, and everything, and tell you exactly everything you need to know about this motion platform, the QS-210 from Qubic System, everything about the SimLab gear, but also how to make your setup as immersive as possible. Because I think once I add the Haptic systems, it's going to be pretty much the highest level of immersion that you can get other than a 6 DOF with the traction loss platform. So it's one of the best setups that you can get at home without going for a full commercial motion rig. With that said, I want to give a huge thanks again to both Qubic System and SimLab for, of course, sending me these products for review purposes. I feel so lucky, incredibly lucky, that I get to have this in my house right now, and I hope you guys enjoy watching this. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below. Tell me what would be your rating of this setup and what you would change or add, or anything that you would do differently. For me, this is pretty much the ultimate setup. I am so happy with it, and I can't wait to show you exactly what it can do. So if you don't want to miss the next video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.